all for balloons.
Yes. It looks like your first hypothesis was correct.
In my last homeschooling video, I shared our homeschool art project. In this video, I'll share a chemistry experiment idea for your next science lesson and tips to make it an educational success. You'll need baking soda, vinegar, an empty bottle with a small enough opening that can fit and hold a balloon on it, a paper towel, a funnel, balloons, and a paper and pencil to record their hypothesis, observation, and conclusion. So the first step is to talk about the experiment using scientific method terminology and to have them discuss what they think will happen. To make this as educational as possible, I have them write down their hypothesis, whether it be by drawing the picture or writing the words, depending on their grade level, so they can make references and comparisons later. Having them write these things down is particularly helpful if you need work samples for homeschool portfolio reviews, because their written account can serve as documentation of their homeschool work. You can download, print, and use the same scientific method chart and the science experiment worksheet we're using. They're linked in the description below. The next step is to start the experiment. If you have more than one kid, it's helpful to find ways to include everyone in the process, making sure that everyone has a job and a turn. I had them measure and pour about a half a cup of vinegar into the empty bottle using a funnel. Then I had them pour about 3 tablespoons of baking soda into the center of the paper towel. We struggled with this part for a moment, but figured out a good strategy eventually. The trick was to smooth the baking soda flat, then fold it into the paper towel and twist it around so that it can fit into the opening of the bottle. One of them held it tightly until the balloon was ready. Then we, as quickly as possible, put the balloon on top of the bottle. Then all we had to do was swirl it around so that the baking soda would mix with the vinegar, and then they were able to analyze the results of their experiment. They really enjoyed analyzing the results, talking about how a solid and a liquid turned into a gas, and I was really surprised myself at how big the balloon got. The last thing we did for the experiment portion of their lesson was to use chemistry terminology to discuss the results of their experiment, and then I had them write down their conclusions on their experiment worksheets. After their experiment, they were able to watch what we call a look and learn, which is basically an educational video about the topic that they just learned about. Please like if you found this video helpful. If you decide to try this experiment, let me know how it goes in the comments below. Subscribe for more lesson ideas for science, math, and all homeschool subjects. And I'll see you in the next video.
To understand the things God made that we can see, we can use
The scientific method.
We
Observe.
ask a
Question.
make a
Hypothesis.
do an
Experiment.
analyze the
Result.